Hello and welcome to the virtual walk around here from Fairway Lincoln and Mazda, courtesy of the pre-owned vehicle department. Today's virtual tour, we'll see your host, myself, Mike Arias, walk you through this 2012 A4 S-Line Prestige Edition. Of course, that's a 2-liter turbo, Audi's 2-liter turbo power plant, mated with their proprietary Quattro system. We all know by now what that entails. There's the S-Line badging. This vehicle is relatively free of major dings or dents. It does have 115,000 or so miles, but that also qualifies our price point. I'm sure something you've already realized as well. So here are S-Line wheels. These are factory wheels, replete with Continental tires. This one is spotless, and the tread tire depth is right at brand new. There's quite a bit of groove in those treads there. I can't say if we put a set of 4 tires on this vehicle, but if we did not, whoever had the vehicle prior to us, directly prior to us acquiring it, did the same though, because these tires are very new. This wheel as well. This wheel is spotless as well. Flow around to the back here. Now you see we've got the rear parking sensors. There are the buttons. You may also notice, I'm trying to get a clear angle reflective of the available light that we have here. There are some topical scratches, and that's to be expected on a vehicle with 100,000+ miles. Again, the vehicle is in otherwise very good shape. It's in excellent running order, and aside from some cosmetic blemishes, such as, again, topical scratches, I mean, you can see that reflected on the deck lid a little bit. I mean, I'm looking, I don't know how it translates through the video, but I'm looking at a lot more shine than anything else. But I like to think I have a discerning eye. And let's see, the most noteworthy would be this one there, and then that one above it. You know, a collection more here. Almost like a cat had spent some time on the deck lid here, that kind of thing. Nothing deep, nothing major, nothing untoward, but yet it is worth it's worth a lot to you, I'm sure, for me to point that out. Now, as I like to peer down this angle of vehicles, because the shoulder line itself will show a lot of inconsistencies should it ever have that problem. You can see unblemished shine all the way down. I'm pretty sure that would come across in the video as well. And the same can be said for the driver's line as well. See that? So the body is once again free of major dents and dings. The only cosmetic issues I see are minor scratches. There is this one here. This is a scratch that looks like it's been touched up right there below the gas hatch rather. And then this right here is actually it's stray wax that had not been removed upon our detail job. So shame on those fellas for missing that spot, but they did an otherwise very good job. So here's obviously the hood. The hood is the other area, as you would stand to reason, along with the trunk lid, that will bear the most blemishing. But even that, to the untrained eye, and maybe under a capable detailer's hand, these topical scratches like this and this won't be too tough of a trick to remove. So there's your front there. Notice the lattice work in your air dam and the sound baffling and requisite components are all tight. There's not a body panel out of place on this. This wheel here has some slight curbage evidence done to it right there, as well as there. But other than that, once again, it's not necessarily eye-catching. I believe the only reason it caught my eye is because I was looking for things like this. So we'll come around to the other wheel, the last wheel that we haven't circumspected. This one is also blemish-free. So maybe it's time now to peer at the interior. Not before visiting the roof line, which is relatively free of any blemishes. And once again, I think that's displaying the reflective shine of the Cavalier black coating that this car has. And a black car is clean. It's the prettiest thing on the road, in my estimation. So let's head to the cockpit. Of course, you've got the easy key access. That's what that square, that rectangular button denotes there. I'm sure this is already second nature to you. So there we have memory seats, 2 positions of which you can set. Right here is for the heated mirrors and your tweeter. Rubberized mats. You've got A4 signature mats. I can only imagine they came with the vehicle, as this is an S-line. There they are right there. All-weather mats, which I can tell you, if you haven't used those, from experience, they are a wonder. Now, I understand you had some concerns about the air conditioning manifold, or the air conditioning bank on the cluster here in the dashboard, about being spotty. I think that was the wording. I've looked, and for the life of me, I'm not really sure what you were referring to. It could have been the light, maybe some bad pictures, but here it is right here. Very illuminated. It looks very clear of any blemishes. Audi multimedia navigation system. And of course, here's your cluster. Maybe I can get around the glare of the sun so you can see better. Here's your mileage, temperature, tachometer, and the like. Fuel gauge. And of course, sunroof. Let's go ahead and operate this. There's your sunroof, otherwise known as a moonroof. And the moonroof that is the moonroof feature. This is the typical sunroof with the venting feature. So I think that's all pretty clear by now. The interior, I'll step out again right after I demonstrate or illustrate the D-pad controller for your navigation and multifunctioning indicator system. Bank, which is found here. Let's turn the navigation off. Oh, I'm sorry, I guess I have to go to info to do that. So we switch to info, radio, media, and so on and so forth. Of course, this is a push button start, and with the electronic parking brake. So I'm going to pan out again. Oh, and the steering wheel. There's your Audi wheel. Bluetooth and volume setting for the radio and Bluetooth. And of course there's your mode and volume buttons as well, or toggle buttons. So the interior again, one of the signatures of the S-line, and I'll try to remove myself from the shadow of the sun there. You can see that's the S-line badging. Headrest with white sport stitching, S-line monogram. And that is a a suede and leather inserted seat. So multi-textured fabrics for this vehicle, and you can expect that from the quality car manufacturer like Audi. And of course, there's your power seat bank as well. So panning to the back, we have the continuation of the multi-textured seats. Once again, leather, white sports stitching, and the suede. For what it's worth, I always like to show the headliner. It's probably not a concern to many people, but a lot of people want to know as much about the car as possible. The headliner looks like it's showroom fresh. After all, this is only a car that's only a few years old, so stand to reason that it would be. I can't forget to show the monogrammed, chrome-plated S-line, Audi S-line door sill extensions. And of course, the trunk area. I'm not sure if this cargo tray came with the car, but it's here now. Also all weather, ribbed for more secured storage of cargo. And of course, waterproof, pet-proof, virtually damage-proof. And there's a side compartment there with its requisite cargo netting. Quite a bit of space here. It's quite deep. And the cargo berth from side to side is very workable. So there it is. It's the 2012 Audi 2-liter Quattro S-Line A4 Prestige Edition. We have it here for now. Hopefully we'll get a chance to speak with you in person in just a few. And I can tell you, I drive an Audi myself, have done so for over a decade. While it's not, I have an S-Line. It's not a 2-liter turbo, but it's the 1.8. These are fine vehicles. And consequently, one of the most dependable vehicles Audi has ever made. I can speak for that myself, which is why I've been driving it so long. But here we are. We've got it now. Again, this is Mike Arias at Fairway Lincoln and Mazda in Savannah, Georgia. The phone number here, 912-920-5090. Here's our labeling. Retail price, $17,995. Our Fairway value price, $16,886. Give us a call as soon as you get this video, at your convenience, of course. And if I'm not available, Mr. Robert Wells, the Internet Department, will be. Thanks very much for your time. Hope to hear from you very shortly. Thanks.